Welcome back, folks, to the Light Ted Online Video Show. Hoo ha ha. This episode of the show was sponsored by Keystone Technologies. Go to KEYSTONETECH.com, baby. Light made easy, Greg.
That's right. They're also getting into fixtures. They're taking on their retrofit kits and making them complete fixtures. Sometimes you need that. And now they have the capability.
KeystoneTech.com. What's up, Greggy?
All right. So one thing that we've talked about before in previous shows is this tariff thing. That's not what this one's going to be, but it's going to kind of relate. So we hear about tariffs. They come out. We know, that it does factor in, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a whole discussion on this before. But kind of in general, what I look at is that as the industry, and there's certain companies that do this more than others. But what do you think of manufacturers announcing a price increase? Like they're so important that they need to announce to the industry that they're going to increase their price. What do you say to that?
I think the problem inherently with that is that not everybody's paying the same price.
Exactly. So what are you going to do? I'm going to do a 10% increase across the board. Are you going to keep everybody at 10%? No. It's just, right. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I think it's something that, sure, it might happen, but do you need to make a big formal announcement and act like you're that special that you need everybody to know that you're the one increasing the price?
Whenever
and you have to do what I say.
Yeah, whenever I hear something like that, immediately the first thing that comes to my mind is there's a bean counter in charge of that company.
Yeah.
There's an accountant running the company. And he's going to he's going to tell those sales reps what's up. Right? Yeah. We're increasing the prices 10% across the board from now on. Right? No, it's like, okay, bean counter, let me know how that works out for you. Because it never works. It never works for me.
Because you know what happens. No, you know what happens is our sales rep then, you got the accountant telling them, you know what our profit's going to do if we get this 10% across? Yeah, but you're not going to, because the sales rep comes to us and says, yeah, they're increasing, but we're going to keep yours the same because of your business with us. And it's like, so why are you even doing it? Just to get attention? Maybe they're smart. Maybe they get some attention. But I think to me, sometimes it brings more negativity than anything. Like, I just don't agree with the idea.
I don't like the idea generally of unnecessary noise, which is maybe this whole podcast is that. But
no, I'm with you. You filter out the noise. That's what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
And I think these price increases are noise. That's
it's
exactly
just noise.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're going to increase our prices 10%. You get a letter, you read it. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, CFO. Oh, CPA. Okay, yeah, bean counter.
Yeah.
Okay, bean counter.
So my job, I'm out here selling light bulbs. I'm getting after it, doing proposals, and then I get that in the mail. I'm like, get that out of here. I don't even need to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
I got to sell light bulbs, man. Screw the price increase. I'm moving on.
Yeah,
that's my feeling on
it. I'll tell you, there's a larger sort of feeling that's out there, and I encounter it in different places, and I don't get it. There's a lot of great vendors in Nailed that really have positive interactions with me and other Nailed members. And there's a real brotherhood between some of the vendors and us, and actually almost all of them really that are in Nailed. But a lot of times you'll hear from these guys and gals at the manufacturing level, or say the utility rebate level, and they kind of look down on retailers and distributors or something. Well, we're going to raise the prices on them, but we're going to do them a favor because, all their prices are just based on multiples of our prices. And, they don't know anything anyway. And I don't like that relationship that's out there. In fact, I would say that the average employee of a distributor knows more about light bulbs than the average employee of a large manufacturer.
I would say that's true too. And not to put them down, but I think they know their product, but do they know everybody else's product as well? Maybe they came from somewhere else, but if they're a company that only does fixtures, they know a lot about fixtures, but they don't know anything about light bulbs or any of the other stuff. A lot of these, as a distributor, you have to know everything or something about everything, right?
Sure.
That has to do with lighting. Yeah. So I would agree with that statement too.
This idea of announcements, like big announcements about stuff, it's, there's something like that. If you say you're going to do something and the first thing that you do is turn around and not do it,
Mhm.
you kind of lose your integrity in a way.
Yeah, and I think that happens. Like I said, a lot of the times we see that, and then the rep comes to us and says, "Yeah, we're going to keep yours the same, but everybody else is going to get price raised." It's like, okay, so what's the point of wasting everybody's time with that letter?
Yeah.
Not a big announcement.
Just
Get
raise
over
the price, raise my prices. I don't care. Like
Yeah,
if you need
just
to raise
raise
the
it.
price, try raise it, and then we'll monitor the POs and a lot of manufacturers, you know, when they're doing this, they're immediately, like I said, turning around and not doing it, or trying their actual people in the streets are finding ways around it. So I don't think it's a good idea to make announcements like that unless they're 100% legit and they're across the board, and it is what it is. But if you're just going to turn around and not do it, why do it?
Yeah, and I think part of it too with LED is everything is so different now, where you're not buying the same thing over and over. Where you used to know right now you know what your T8 LED tubes are or whatever, but
Sure.
do you know what every fixture costs? No. Retrofit kits, maybe somewhat. You have rough ideas, but
put it this
they
way:
fluctuate 50 cents here and there.
I've been working on a software system for a year to try to get this thing straight for me.
Good
Like
luck.
seriously, like to be able to track it properly, because the other thing too is that this is the other thing for the whole price thing. Not light LED lighting costs have been going down steadily for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they so that not only are you raising the prices, but you're inverting that force of downward pricing. So you're going to raise the price, and also it would actually be more realistic long term to say, for manufacturers to come out and said, we've hit the bottom on the cost of a T8 LED tube, and we're going to keep this model of T8 LED tube, and this is the one we're going to make for the next 10 years, and this is how much it costs. Instead of this constant new generation. I mean, in my warehouse, I got odds and ends of like 10 generations of LED tubes in 15 different colors.
Yeah, exactly. And they've been done in over 3 years. How long is a generation, technically?
I don't know, man. Like a product cycle in this business is just
Longer
completely
than
out of
2 months?
I don't know, man. Like I'm rubbing my eyebrows here because it's like everything changes so quickly. So these kind of announcements and where we're in a place like this, like where you could do something like this would be on like fluorescent tubes. You could say, we're increasing the price of F32 T8 841K. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
But for LEDs, like we're increasing the price of a product we don't have yet,
and it's 10% across the board on everything.
on everything we don't have yet.
Okay. Sounds great.
Yeah, sure, bud. This has been the Lighthead Online Video Show. It's sponsored by Keystone Technologies. Don't even try it. Keystone. Go to KeystoneTech.com. One of our favorite vendors, of course. And, all sorts of great products there. If you go to KeystoneTech.com, tell them Get a Grip on Lighting, Lighthead Online Video Show sent you. Light made easy. The Retrofit Kings.